Most people who are successful don't want to say I was lucky. They want to say
Hard work.
hard work. Well, here's what I want to tell you about hard work. The hardest working people in America make the least.
It's true.
Make the least.
That's a fact.
I'm with you.
Have you ever taken a shovel and tried to dig a hole? It's hard. It's like,
Terrible.
forget it.
Yeah.
And if you have some frost on the ground, you're like, forget it. The hardest work, in the fields, picking strawberries and throwing watermelons, and that's the hardest work in America, and they make the least.
Work, pay bills, be broke, repeat. Work, pay bills, be broke, repeat. Work, pay bills, be broke, repeat.
This might be the most important chart you'll ever see. It's why somebody who's dumber than you, with less talent, is making more money than you. You're overthinking. It causes you to play it safe because your fear of failure. You're too worried about this blip right here. And yes, it's possible to fail. It's possible to go bankrupt. It's possible to be embarrassed. But the person that continues to take risks over a long period of time eventually far exceeds the person who only plays it safe. This is why people with less talent, with less intellect, don't doubt themselves, they don't overthink it, they start the business, they hit post, they shoot their shot. This is why fear is a tax on your potential. The difference between this amount and this amount is what we call the fear tax. The IRS taxes your gross income, but fear taxes your gross potential.
This is how they have the majority of the population. You can't go outside and do nothing. You can't go out and enjoy yourself. You can't go and get a drink. This is why the majority of the population is also fat sloppaloposaurus, because even if a lot of y'all do have gym memberships, you're not going because guess what? You go to work, be broke, and then repeat. You have nothing else to do because your whole life is just work, work, work. Your whole life is work, work, work. Your whole life is work, work, work. You can't even take care of yourself, right? Half y'all can't even go to the doctor and get checkups, right? Half y'all can't go to the dentist and just get a simple cleaning because all you do is work, work, work. Let me ask y'all something, man. Is that the life that you want to live? Right? I need everybody who's watching this right now to really sit back and ask themselves, is that even really living a life? Right? Is that something that you want to do years and years? Let me tell y'all something, man. Ever since I was a teenager, and this is a true story. Ever since I was a teenager, because once upon a time I wanted to be an actor. Go figure. I'm on YouTube, right? Once upon a time I wanted to be an actor, and I used to research salaries, right? Or I used to research how much people were getting paid like per episode, right? I used to be real big watching, Disney and Nickelodeon back then when I was a kid, little sitcoms, and my favorite sitcoms and my favorite shows, I used to research the child actors, right? How much does, pause, no diddy. I used to watch Hannah Montana. Listen, don't judge me, right? But hey, if you're a 90s kid, raised in the 2000s, everybody watched Hannah Montana. Come on now, right? It doesn't matter if you was raised in the hood or the suburbs. Everybody loved them a little piece of Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, okay? I used to research how much does Miley Cyrus get paid every episode, right? And I remember coming across something crazy, like she was getting like $250,000, especially at the height of Hannah Montana, right? She was getting paid like $250,000, right? An episode, $500,000 an episode. And I'm like, man, that's something that I want to do, right? Or what That's So Raven and all of those other shows. I used to research how much are they getting paid per episode, because like I've said before, I never ever wanted to be normal, right? I always wanted to live a different life. And the reason why I was researching those salaries is because I was wondering how much does it take for freedom. And even back then, no lie, back then I was always researching how much does it cost to get to this country? Or I was writing down just a whole bunch of countries that I wanted to visit, and I was just researching how much money would it take me to get to this country. So even as a kid, even as a kid, I was always setting myself up to do exactly what I'm doing right now. So I want y'all to ask yourself, what is the life that you truly want to live? Because many Americans are not living the life that they want to live. You're living a life that is forced upon you. Yes, forced. And that's how the whole entire system is set up, right? They're going to continue to raise prices, right? You're not going to get paid more than they want you to get paid.
This video is sponsored by American Luxury Concierge. If you're planning a trip to the Dominican Republic, don't leave your experience up to chance. At American Luxury Concierge, we help American travelers experience the country with confidence. From airport pickups and private drivers to customized itineraries and concierge services built around you. Visit AmericanLuxuryConcierge.com to book your trip, and we'll see you here in Santo Domingo.
So they're going to continue to raise prices. So guess what? So they can keep you at work. It is simply a hamster wheel, right? You continuously, they just dangling the cheese, right? You steady running, right? Before it was a jog, right? Before that, maybe you were walking a little bit. Maybe you was doing one of those, you know what I mean? One of those strong walks, the old people do. They can't run because their joints all messed up. So they got to do the fast walk, the speedy walk, right? Right. It went from a walk, slow walk, speedy walk, run. And now many Americans just sprinting. They just dangling that cheese, sprinting. So now you many of y'all running out of stamina. Right? You run out of stamina. You can't digest enough protein to keep up with modern day life today. You can't keep up with it. But they continuously dangling that cheese, right? Because they know you're going to keep running after it, especially in America, because everybody has been propagandized to believe, oh, this is the greatest country in the world. You're going to get paid more than everybody in the world. And that may be true, right? To a certain extent. But how much are you sacrificing on the back end, right? How much time with family members, loved ones, you're sacrificing on the back end, right? How many of y'all are still just working hard? A lot of people still believe in the whole working hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm continuously coming out of this mindset as well, right? In 2026, it's more about efficiency. It's about efficiency and accuracy. Right? How fast can you get it done in the most efficient manner? But a lot of people still believe in this whole working hard. The hardest working people get paid peanuts. Right? Them construction workers out in Texas, maybe legal, maybe not, right? Those construction workers out there in that hot Texas sun on those roofs right now, right? Working hard, building homes that are going to cost building cookie cutter homes at that anyway, but that are going to cost $500,000, $800,000, $1.5 million. They out there in that hot sun, right? Burning up, building homes that person didn't have to do not nearly as much as hard work, right? Manual labor as the person that built the house. They're building homes for people who don't work as hard as them. Right? But hold on though, the one who's paying for that 1.5 mil, the one who's paying for that $800,000 home, they work efficient. I guarantee that. They work smart. I guarantee that. And they probably took on a shit ton of risks that many of you are not willing to take on. See, in 2026 and beyond, this is the century of the risk taker. This is the time of the risk taker. Right? This is the time period that the risk takers, right? They take all. They're going to take all. All of you so-called hard workers, you trying to play it safe, right? You think the 9-to-5 is just going to be the end all be all. You think it's just going to save you. Ain't nobody safe. And I will continue to say, I'll bet everything on myself before I bet it on another man or conglomerate, company, corporation, whatever you want to call it. It's a man at the top. I'll bet on myself before I bet on somebody else feeding me. But a lot of y'all don't see it that way because you're still brainwashing to the old system. You still running on the old code. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Politics is dead. right? Politics is dead. That politics has been dead for a long time now. If it ever was alive, it is simply bread and circus now. Everybody's just dancing now. Everybody dancing, right? Everybody dancing for a check. See, at the end of the day, no matter which route you try to take, left, right, center, it really don't matter. Neutral. At the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. Money. If you continue to choose to operate in the 9-to-5 matrix slave system, if you can still continue to choose to operate in that system, then they're going to show you exactly what they think about you and how they think about you. And don't think that you're going to get any kind of progression from that. Because guess what? You're going to work, go to sleep, and be back up and go to work again. You're going to work, go to sleep, be back up again, go to work. Right? You're going to have one day. You're going to have one day out your week, because Lord knows many people ain't even working one job anymore. If you're working one job and you're getting paid under $100, right? Under $100K, yeah, something wrong with you. So most people are working more than one job, multiple jobs. So you barely got a day off. And that one day off that you got to fit everything into that schedule. You got to fit catching up on sleep, right? For you fat sloppalopasauruses, you got to catch up on your Netflix episodes, right? For those of you who don't have the discipline to go through to go to the gym throughout the week while you're working, then guess what? You try to catch up on your workout routine. Then you got to wash clothes, and then, bro, it's not enough hours in the day. By the time you hit the third, fourth task, right? You got 12 more tasks to go. It's 8, 9 o'clock. You looking like, where the time go? Then you got to get back up and do it all over again. I guess I'll save it for my next off day. And this is why the social fabric of America is just completely failing. People don't have time to mingle. People don't have time to get to know each other. People don't have time to date. Men don't have time to date, let alone afford it. Men can't afford women nowadays. It's just the economy just don't allow it. It's just men can't afford women today, right? Women can't afford themselves today. Shit, how about that? They can't even afford themselves. So the whole social fabric is completely burned. The social contract is, y'all might as well go ahead and rip that up. It's done. It's donezo. The only way to make it in today's time, you have to take the utmost risk. It is what it is. You can't be scared your whole life. You're gonna be scared your whole life. You just ain't gonna never learn to swim, huh? Right? Sometimes you gotta go in the deep end. Right? At this point in time, either it's sink or swim. But then even with your 9-to-5, even with being in the system, entrenched in the system, it's still sink or swim, because you don't know what could happen. There's a variety of things that can happen. Management may not like you, supervisors, trying to push you out, other employees that they plotting on you, trying to get you up out of there. They trying to fire you, they making up stuff, they writing you up for little things, nitpicking at you. You can get laid off. There's a variety of things that can happen. There's a variety of things that can happen when you take the most risk on yourself as well. But doesn't it sound better when you can evaluate your own self, when you can evaluate your own skill sets, when you can evaluate your own risk, when you can dictate your own risk tolerance, right? Because when you go to work, you can't dictate a lot of things. You can't dictate whether to deal with your manager or not. Right? Regardless of how he is or she is towards you, you got to deal with them because they the boss. Right? So they could be saying all kinds, talking to you crazy and all kinds of stuff, making your life a miserable hell. But guess what? For that paycheck, you got to go into work. Because the lights got to stay on, you got to go into work. Your family need food on the table, you got to go into work. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. But in 2026, man, these next upcoming years, these are the years of the innovators. These are the years of the risk takers. These are the years of the real entrepreneurs. These are the years for the ones who betted on themselves, right? F politics, F everything that's going on in the media. That ain't nothing but distractions. Y'all need to cut distractions and get to work, right? It's so crazy because we have so many tools available to us now, right? Google has been available for the longest, since around, 2000 or so, right? It has been available. Now we have AI. Now we have things like Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, right? All of these think tanks where we don't even have to do that much. But somehow it's almost as if we get lazier. The more stuff we have available, it seems like the lazier the population gets. Do y'all know that when it comes to Claude, ChatGPT, and some of the others, right? Do y'all know that not even 5% of the population is using these to advance their businesses and advance themselves? Did y'all know that? That much of the world, even in the United States, where it's probably the most used in the Western world, do y'all know that it's barely 5% of people using it in a manner to progress themselves and their business? Most people know of ChatGPT. Most people know of Gemini. But do y'all know that most people are not using it to its fullest extent? Do y'all understand? What have I been able to do in the past 8 months, right? What have I been able to do? I've built the relocation platform, right? I've been able to discover a business that I can implement while here in the Dominican Republic, coinciding with the relocation platform, right? Not only that, I've been able to relocate myself and my family to a whole new country. I've been to 2 countries already these past few months, working on a third and a fourth, right? Do you think I would have gotten there or been able to do it if I was just sitting around like a little scary deer in headlights with my eyes wide open? Do you think I would have been able to do that? I betted on myself 100%. Even when I was at my job, right? What y'all think I was doing? Right? I was dropping videos every single day, sometimes 2 times a day. Then also hitting the gym for an hour plus, making the body of Zeus, right? Or what's the guy name in Africa, the richest man to ever exist? Mansa Musa body in a gym 5 days a week, 6 days a week, right? I was making no excuses for myself. I was betting on myself. I'm a full risk taker. That's what I do. When I wanted to go to Colombia, they was like, "You sure you want to go to Colombia? It's pretty dangerous over there." Yeah, it's dangerous in Dallas too. It's dangerous in Atlanta too. The hell are you talking about? "You sure you want to go to the DR? It's a third world. I think you sure you want to go over there, right?" Listen, man. People are going to tell you every single time not to do something that they wouldn't do. Every single time. Stop taking advice from people who wouldn't do what you can imagine yourself doing. Don't take advice from these people. They mean you no good. They're not risk takers. They're crybabies, complainers. Right? And over these next few years, we're going to see a tremendous separation. So I want you to ask yourself, what side of the aisle are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the scary side? Well, I just want to hold on to my 9 to 5, 5 more years. I'm not shitting on 9 to 5s. I just see where everything is going, right? They're slowly but surely, not even slowly at this point, rapidly formulating into a slave system, right? To keep you stuck. Continue to raise prices while your wages stay stagnant and just keep you chasing that cheese, right? And all of that money just going back to them in the first place. It's going back to all of the corporations. What are we talking about? The grocery stores? What are we talking about? The club? What are we talking? It doesn't matter what we're talking about. All that money that you're making is going to Uncle Sam and the corporations. Right back to them. Especially if you don't know how to manage money. But at this point, it's kind of useless trying to manage money, especially when most people are not making any money. And that's an after pill. The after pill is the ideology. The escape blueprint is the framework. And PFP life is how you should live. In purpose, in freedom, and in power. Listen, if you want some coaching, if you want to know if relocation is best for you or your family, hit that link in the description. Book a coaching call with me. I'm here for you to lead the way. If you want to come here to the Dominican Republic, I got you. If you're thinking about Colombia, I got you, right? Or if you want to see things for yourself, listen, there's an app for that. HorizonAtlas.ai. If you ever want to discover visas and residencies, if a country is safe, what schools exist, if you have children, Horizon Atlas will lead the way for you. We also have a section on the app. You can interact with the AI on the app. That the AI can lead the way to whichever way, wherever country that you want to lean into. And we have information on Horizon Atlas about just about all countries in the world, for that matter. So hit the link in the description. Check out HorizonAtlas.ai. If you want to book a coaching call with me, hit the link in the description. Check out theafterpill.co. You can join the Patreon. You can book a coaching call. Whatever you need is there. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys on the Patreon. Peace.
Welcome to the afterpill.co, your one-stop shop hub for everything that I offer. Whether you're here to book a one-on-one coaching call, join the Patreon community, explore Horizon Atlas, your relocation app, or access my latest content and resources, you'll find it all right here. Choose your path, take action, and start building the life you want.